First up, coming to you from this beautiful hotel room in Aruba, we have Tim Redding. Now, Redding has posted a 40.5 ERA so far this spring. He's played against the University of Michigan and the Florida Marlins and looked terrible against both. He only lasted a third of an inning against the University of Michigan. Those are college kids. And he lasted 2 innings against the Marlins, but gave up 9 runs, including 3 home runs. Redding signed a $2.5 million contract with the Mets the offseason, so he's going to make the team no matter what. They're not going to cut him and save any money because he's going to get every cent of that. He looks like he'll be the long man out of the bullpen, as he just can't cut it as a starter. Now, we remember Aaron Seeley from a few years ago came in when the Mets were either winning by a lot or losing by a lot. That's what I think Redding's going to end up doing. He'll be mop-up duty at best. He just doesn't seem to have the arm the Mets expected when they signed him, and it's just looked awful. Now, for the other fifth starter candidates like Freddie Garcia and Livan Hernandez, Garcia continues to struggle. He gives up a few runs every time he pitches. Right now, again, it looks like Livan Hernandez is leading the race, but don't count out young guys like John Neese and Bobby Parnell. They can make a good run for it. One of them can end up in the bullpen, or one of them could even be the fifth starter come whenever they need them 2 weeks after opening day.
And it's out of here!
Next up, we got Johan Santana. Now, Santana made his first start of the spring on Thursday night against the Florida Marlins at Tradition Field. Santana lasted 2 2/3 of an inning, gave up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, and he feels fine, which is really all that I care about. Now, you're probably asking why I care so much about Tim Redding's statistics and I don't care about Johan Santana's. Santana is a proven pitcher, one of the best in the league, there's no doubt about it. If he can stay healthy, you know he's going to go out there and perform. Tim Redding, on the other hand, is more of a question mark. You don't really know what you signed in the offseason, you don't know what your $2.5 million is going to get you. Seeing how he pitches against all of these different players is something you have to pay attention to. With Santana, it doesn't really matter because you know you're going to get quality starts and you're going to get a lot of them as long as he can stay healthy, which is the question mark for him. So for Santana to come out and after the game say he feels fine, say his elbow's okay, his knee's alright, that's all I really want to hear. If Santana can stay healthy, the Mets have a great shot at the playoffs, but without him, they're probably mired in 4th place at best. So for Santana to say he feels good after just 2 3 innings against live batters, not the Mets, it's great to hear, and it makes me one happy Mets fan.
And it's out of here!
And finally, we have Pudge Rodriguez. Now, there have been rumors that Pudge wants to come to the Mets, that Tony Bernazard, the assistant general manager, wants Pudge on the Mets, but I don't quite get it. The whole reason that they would bring Pudge on board is if or when they can trade away Ramon Castro. Now, I think the Mets seem to be confident enough in Robinson Cancel to take over Castro's role if he was traded away. So I don't know why they would bring on Pudge Rodriguez, who is aging. He doesn't quite have the same bat, obviously. He can still call a pretty good game and put up good numbers behind the plate, but he's not the same catcher that he used to be. So to trade away Castro and bring in Pudge while you have a decent guy like Robinson Cancel on the team already doesn't quite make sense to me. I don't think it's going to happen anyway. It actually looks like Pudge might go to the Marlins very soon, so hopefully that can all blow over and we'll be done with that. But you never know. I just don't see where Pudge fits on the Mets or where he would fit in money-wise with the team. I'm more than happy with Brian Schneider. I know a lot of people are down on him, and Castro can fill in at times beautifully. There's really no need to mess up what the Mets have with the catching situation right now, and the chemistry between Santana and Castro is undeniable. So I hope the Mets just stick with the Schneider, Castro, Cancel, if needed, order for their catchers. It worked last year, and I think it will work again in 2009. So, no Pudge on the Mets. I will pass. So that's it for this week's The State of the Mets. I'm Andrew Mazzano from theRopolitans.com. Thanks for watching.
Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really sucking the ball.